Today on Monday, the 11th day of April 2022. It's another sad day in Sierra Leone. Also, we see politics. One creep go inside school. School. Maybe secondary school, even though that one they not right. You go say, well, maybe then they prepare them for go college because now the colleges, they're not good for talk. They don't study. They don't to college. The politicians them. Small elections self not in a college. Where the and not the inside it. If you want for agree, fine. If you want for disagree, it's fine. But we know. But primary school, politicians they don't reach there. This maybe February, March. Two things where I see beaucoup na salon. Thanksgiving and school sports. On Sundays, if you not take 10, you go sit down at traffic 10. Wetin do? Thanksgiving, school Thanksgiving. From nursery, outside then they eat their parents their money. The parents and then they boku na the line safe past the nursery picking them. But it's all fun, it's family. From there, we go to school sports. They tell me they go school. We know they make sport Sunday. But 2022 na salon. Me I see sport Sunday all. No day of the week, no day. We school sport. Primary school sport, no day. Because they all be the rush for end, whatever. Now how can you read this today? Say even inside the school sports, red and green don't count Kuskas. Don't count Albalau for them bikini. Then say the politicians then they go bribe anti-corruption. Anyway, them busy, then they work. Why they can't call themselves? But the politicians then they go bribe sport officials, house captain, house masters for make them call a win. And this now between red and green. Primary school. What did they picking and know about politics first? Where una forgot tamper with them colors? Are we that desperate? If we ask just now, who started it? Alassane and Alusane, trust them. Then go point finger per all man, by themselves. Alassane go say na Alusane, Alusane go say na Alassane. Who started it? Would I even sit down and think, say, look at this primary school sport today, ba. Let red house win. Or, look at this primary school sport, ba. Let green house win. So we feel to say, the best way for make this not happen, now for ban the colors, we deprive the school picking them. So who that for suffer? The grown folks or the picking them? Who should suffer? Now the picking now they will for deprive of the color green and red. On the big one, they now for tell say big man big fool. Do you not mix them picking the outside? You know canaya. Are we afraid of the politicians? So instead of we face them, instead we deprive the school picking them of colors with they lack. So we might as well say not for teach them colors then they again at school. So, when you want to say the flag of the country, what you go say? Now, band color, white and blue. Is that right? You think say them think this well? This not to the entire country here too. This now Western Area Rural District. Where the chairman of Kasho Holland Cole. Now in talk and this man, you go carry area where they talk. But why for deprive the picking them, bo? Because we want play dirty politics. We afraid for call out the politicians them where they do this thing. Why? Salon. Then same politician and they make the country do side they like it today. 60 years. We no pung, we no pen, we no wongo, we no wanga. 30 they were lights go there, lights don't come. Na helicopter na go na Kenema so. Helicopter na go Kenema. Trust me, if you were to listen to the sound of my voice now, if that guy will make that video, not being talk say, this now the 8th day of April 2022, you now be one panel people over the deny say, but this is a whole old video, not a new video this. But tell God thank you. That guy did extremely well. Extremely well for making able to tell we the date. And the time where the helicopter land na Kenema. If not to that day, how for they argue? Say bodande na all video bo na all video them fen kawit. Who are we to these politicians? Who are we to them? How they don't take we? And now we want for deprive the school picking them. We want for deprive the school picking them for red and green? Something you know be here. We Chairman Kasho talk this morning on Radio Democracy with Mange Mansaye. If you not be here, dear, listen.
We, the come get a meeting very soon, as I say, Wednesday, by the grace of God, the Pastor Resolution Council sitting, we will later on communicate to the Director of Education of Portugal for the.
Okay. Now, one in short, 9 dengue. Now, Chairman Kasho, they talk so. One in short. That's why we want to have the conversation now, before they get for Ola meeting Wednesday. Before they hold the meeting Wednesday, they don't meet too. But they get for all the meeting. Education self not be informed yet. But they get for inform they self get for camp at the meeting. Okay. So let's help for sound the alarm. We agree or we not agree? Okay.
We invite a company sitting, and then we'll take the action for making stop all red and green color na the schools in the western area.
All red and green color, then for stop na the schools them. Then they ban them. No more red, no more green, but na the western area rural. Okay.
They'll get white, we'll get blue.
White, blue.
We'll get pink.
Pink. Now come on back get on there. Blue not to see for see. Okay.
You get mauve.
Mauve. Nobody not take mauve it. Okay. We go to think about that.
We get orange.
Hey, the orange not to NGC getter. They go come for them colors too. Because if I give a ban, We not say then two heleba alusain. But all una they call so political parties and get her. But anyway, they not infiltrate it. So that's why una give them a pass.
Somebody could say within you municipality, the Western World District, a big municipality. So una go monitor the exercise, say the houses and do una ban them.
Yeah, very simple. We get the education department, we get deputy director there.
So they explain now how they go ban red, and green. You say it's simple. For so now and then color then they.
We get school inspectors them. We get the heads
Okay, Abdul Sharif say orange at PMDC. Thank you. Yes, exactly.
of schools. So it's just to pass on the information to them. And I believe then safe go be happy because the heads.
Okay. Now listen no. He say then go pass on the information to them heads then they. In believe say then go happy. Why?
Of schools. They say go be happy because they safe the face up. It's serious problem.
He say because then they face with serious problem. Which means say natural then go complain. They not can complain to we. Now then go complain to. Say then they face with serious problem. Politicians they come for can cause albala una then school picking and sports there. Okay.
Because when sport you go now, if you go talk, in fact, a red house one for comfort all time.
In fact, Red House one for come first all the time. That's what me say. Now in talker. Oh, you know you get that part there. Wait me. Let's say we back. Yeah? Then you know can say just now. I keep pulling na NBC. Red House one for come first all the time. In fact, other one can last there first. Hey. Tell we back.
The face up. It's serious problem. Because when sport you go now, if you go talk, in fact, a red house one for comfort all time.
Now in talk more. Red House one for comfort all the time. Now Red House no more.
Green house one for comfort all time.
Greenhouse safe. One for comfort all the time. White. Una no one comfort. Blue. Una no one comfort. So if Red House one for comfort all the time and Greenhouse safe one for comfort all the time, nobody don't want to take part in sport and can last. Nobody don't want to take part in competition and can last. Even if you meet up with a woman safe, you know one for can last day. If you meet up with a man safe, you know one for can last day. Hey! But anyway, he say red and green at the point bar. He say they want for comfort all the time. Unfortunately, when maybe they go school, White House. I mean, they always can last. My Albert Academy. Doati. So I don't know. Anyway, let's continue. I will tell you who's color I be there, but me not be muscle man. You can tie me with political party just now. Alright.
So they need the pressure the sports officials there.
So then two house then they pressure the sport officials them. Red and green. Because they all two one can force. Then they pressure. How then they do this pressure? A pressure cooker then they use? How?
Somebody if somebody will tell me, people they already bribe.
Ay. You say person tell you, if I take option call you just until go show the person. You say person tell and say, they don't reach to a point, then they bribe. Hey boy, we school picking sports themselves, they not for enjoy again. Subhanallah. Hey, Daddy God, who say you dey salon? Hey, the person will do it. You tell the kitchen. Cutting tree. La left that side the first. Law continue. Bribe don't come inside.
For me, they call local force passport activities.
So then they bribe for make them color can force. Okay.
That is wrong. It is wrong. So we don't say next year, by the grace of God, no school no they use red or green now with this street passporting activity.
So
No. So no school not for use then colors they passporting activity because wetin do? Then they can bribe. Other than they bribe. So if the pikin run, it can force. Eh? Then go put and say it can last. Let us understand this. Or now then they collect the entire performance and then the crook they take place. Eh? Tell me ba. Hey, yeah. Not to me talk. Na Chairman Kasho na they talk. Eh? Chairman Kasho say, because of what he explained, so where he said then they don't begin bribe. So instead, they want ban red and green. Me, I no agree. It's rather unfortunate. Integrity is scarce right now in a salon. Integrity. Very scarce. Eh? What I say very scarce? Very scarce. Because if the sport officials them, the house masters them, then get integrity, then go name the people who they can bribe them, them politicians them, for make green and red house win. Expose them. Instead of depriving these kids for enjoy them colors then they. Eh? Me I not agree. I don't think so. The picking them and then for suffer for the big one them, they misbehave then they misbehave. Why can't we allow politics for coming to primary school? But why, boy? Why? Even though they say all schools, but why? Eh? Abu Conte say, he said right from the allocation of the picking the way they did at the houses there, also the presentation of the participants them for the events there, the manipulation can don't take place. Because I they ask how they can do them. Me, posse don't tell me say, they can't go to school. Then put on a certain color house. They okay and go say, Mba, yanda, you know the didi. Because what you do, it connected na the other side. Money cost them pull and there. Now how so for represent a school? Alright. But yeah, that means you know that they make Wednesday. Una come up with other ideas them. But for ban the picking them, for red and green, no. No. And now they try for tell we say Kuku Jumuku they take place. Then they rogue for make red win or green win. Would I give the highest money? So not to by the participants again. Alright.
Okay, sure.
But I'm saying that Wednesday, by the grace of God, the Deputy Director of Education will not call about the camp.
So they now tell education here too. But the Deputy Director of Education, they can at the meeting Wednesday. I respect your view. I respect the chairman in view. But me police say the picking enough will be deprived because of the foolishness of the politicians. I think there are better things to look at. Eh? Judge Kamara say where I say integrity scarce than salon, he say scarce than understatement. Hi. Okay.
Because it's a responsibility as a council.
He said them go tell education no. But as a council, na their own responsibility than they. Na their own responsibility. For waiting.
For seek the welfare and security of our people.
For seek the welfare and security of the people them. Since we dey on welfare, Chairman Kasho. But yeah, that road where they lead from police station, take go up na the council road. You know they seek we welfare that side, eh? I go there bad oh. He bad say left. How many people don't get bike accidents na that road this sir? We come out police station na the junction, take go na the chairman district council office. So we welfare no contienda. When I no money, you dey pay attention pa. I go there bad. I believe say yourself work in a past day they go. What think it can you mind? Since you dey talk about we welfare and we security, because me as Abibo, coup people we don't for done at that road this sir. Since you're talking about our welfare, because the other side there now water lights we need the country safe now water low. Eh? Any country safe. Is that not part of our welfare? Since you dey try for seek we welfare, now you talk no to me talk. I no say yes you. Now this politics one, this red and green na ain't. But me self la lay me on. Because I know say people and they listen, if not you. La lay me on a table. That Koto road for go up na you office day. When are you going to fix it? Eh? I know you. What you say, sir? Okay. All right. Yes, now we welfare. Now they talk about the lights fall and part of welfare. Okay, let's pay attention for this. Okay. All right. Let's continue. You say they seek we welfare. Hold on again.
So we they take the decision, the personal council as
Una they take the decision as a council, una pass am
as a law na the district.
as a law na the district. Okay. All right. Hold on again.
That no school not for use red or green.
No school not for use red or green. Into na not pass it on Wednesday. We go call open the phone line. Let we hear. Una we support. Una we not support. But I think I get right to my opinion. No. I not get monopoly to opinion. Yeah? You get right to your opinion. The chairman says get right to you as he talks so now. That's the beauty of what we do na share network. But I don't feel say them for deprive the picking them for the foolishness of the politicians. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. They should find another way to fix this. Name and shame. Call out the one the way they misbehave. Tell and say no. You not go work. Put them out there. But for deprive the picking them for red and green, that's my own take. And I respect your own. So please respect mine. Eh? Okay, let's continue.
Passporting activities. Because now imagine election day 1 year or so ahead.
Okay, so now it again a scenario. Usai, it's an election the 1 year ahead. That is true. Eh? That is true. Election the 1 year ahead. So waiting.
The kind of way they happen to the red and green. If next year on elections, the school will make the sports inside March, April, May.
Now that's in the school can make sports. So in they say, the school them begin make sports March, April, May. Election are June.
They get June elections. It will be problem. So normally they go damage you picking that
Then go damage the picking them. Why?
schools them. Which one might go find for you. So we
In the foresee say, then go fet. Now that's talk. Say then go damage the picking them, and then they no want. So because of that, before damage begin inside, red, green, good do. Una push come also make we pass. This not for the entire country. Remember, this are the Western Area Rural District. But we sabi, we sabi no. Okay.
they say no to color, then color in that school them. And we want to go, we are different. We don't color no problem. But now it's a serious challenge. It's a serious problem.
So in the claim say it's a serious challenge and a serious problem. Eh? Okay. Abu Conte say, it's a local council get the legal right for make bylaws, but such bylaws has to be approved by the Ministry of Local Government via Parliament. His decision no go all water. Might be override, no go all water. Well, we hope say God go knock inside this again. Well, I'll continue.
In fact, we don't take an answer and attend no school sport right now.
He say in for in. You know they attend school sports again. Right now. You know they attend school sports. Eh? Okay. Dido. Okay.
Because as you reach this, you don't associate it to one color.
We know say you na APC, sir. So in say, in not the go spot right now because the how the game done dey. He don't pull on. He don't pull on fail. Because as he reach there, they don't chook one color para. And he's APC. When me say, Red House they look to her. Lord, we they are still.
That's the tension they rise.
And I saw the tension they rise. We hear you, sir.
If Piki one now safe, if they want to say they're very close, what for cut that case? There is sport officials then.
Okay. He said if two picking the run, if two picking the run, then they come very close. Uda for cut the case. Now the sport official. But if the sport official then don't take money from the other side, well, I no go this so for cut the case. Now so in the talko. Now so in say. Let you don't say just no. Now so tiki police say you yeah. Or you want yeah back. Alright. They are talking back, sir. They say they want yeah. They say they want talking back, do ya?
Now, because as you reach this, you don't associate it to one color. That's the tension they rise. If Piki one now safe, if they want to say they're very close, what for cut that case? There is sport officials then. The officials they officiate this sport. But we see these colors. You know that when we campus, they're going for that color day. That particular day. This is that particular day.
You don't hear? From the color now, he say then they begin say na that party day una day. That party day. Na day una day. He say from the color. From the color, then go begin say na that party day una day. How arguments for Uda win, Uda no win, Uda come first, Uda no come first. Jump now. Na that party day. I tell her they ask say, okay, what's it make He think say violence go get for happen. Ade ba in kakanu say what to Tripoli. I feel to say na parliament ain't responsible for make laws than Sierra Leone. It ask say wait to so this law when they talk about it go be private school as well. It's gonna be an interesting one. Gonna be a very, very interesting one. My school pathway color represents Sierra Leone green, white, and blue. And we get zero problem with colors, Samuel Kamara. Okay. All right. Loud down with chairman.
So problem. So we, for me, we get peace and quietness for them picking and enjoy the sport. Then the school authorities, they always will not get problem. We say no to them colony that we district.
Mange Mansare and Radio Democracy want for tell and thank you because not true they make me able for hear that. He said for make them get peace. What mean to say right now they no get peace. The best solution when things say them for come with right now for ban red and green. You hearing explanation. Say if two picking and run, then they very close. Very close. Then order for cut the case something. Red House don't go chook something to ram. Greenback don't go chook something to dandy. Then for cut the case down. And they all get the higher fire in power. Now that side they go give. Abu Conte say it can be the first for bloody storm too. Then kind of situation here, it can be all over the country. Imagine greenhouse wind na Kamalu or red house wind na Tiun. Waiting that Cindy go look like. Dominic Blanco say yes, that's true. Then for ban red and green, because especially the red is full of discrimination. Anyway, in a monitor the life from Monrovia, we don't see. Now we don't see especially the red. Hey, red house, muscle man. Ah oui, okay. I they say red no go there again. But we go see. Then they meet on Wednesday. We want we voice for be heard. Some of we na parents them. Some of we na guardian them. Some of we na onlookers them. Some of we na Kongosa. Some of we na auntie, uncle, brother, sister, pikin. Wetin we say? We agree? Make them ban red and green at the school system at the Western Area District? Or they need for come up with other solution. And right on the phone now, we get the chairman of the Western Area District Council, Chairman Kasho Holland Cole. Welcome to Sierra Network Radio, sir.
Good evening. Thank you very much, my brother. Good evening. Thank you.
So we just learn a table. Waiting we you talk today na Radio Democracy 98.1. You say
Yes,
waiting get for day on Wednesday. So like me, I not open the phone line yet to other people but like me not be one for make the picking and suffer for ban the color red and green na the schools them. And you explain small na that interview day, but maybe you get opportunity now Naya make we understand really why make you reach to this particular decision for ban other than other decisions them who are able to take without banning the colors there, sir.
Well, thank you very much. Firstly, that an old interview. Wednesday we talk say all the city already passed. That was last week Wednesday.
Okay.
The same way they interview me, then I see them keep them. Today I see them play. I hear them play. So the meeting we will talk about the city numbers. Firstly, that make something very clear. One, if you read section 20 of the Local Government Act of 2004, and it tells you the powers and the authority and the mandate of councils.
Okay.
It tells you that council get legislative powers for make laws, we include bylaws, and also we they in charge for seeking the welfare of our people. Okay. I even talk about welfare, but I'll come to that side.
All right.
And secondly, council got a mandate from the Education Act of Sierra Leone for superintend the affairs of primary and junior secondary school. Those are devolved functions to councils all over the country. Coming to the color what we talk about, say, with the ban. Well, perhaps the way where you look at them, let's take a look at it. So, we will deprive the beginning of the colors because when we go to school, I think say we go to call primary colors. I cannot remember, but I believe say we have the primary school. I will say green, red, blue, I think and yellow. I think the colors, the main colors will be studied within a school. If you will crayon with books there. But then for these 4 years, 2 years when I did in office first, there was no spot because of the COVID. And when government left through the ministry, left the ban to make school in those sports, I have witnessed violence where perhaps you don't consider the kind way I will be. I've gone to sports where they invite me. I don't go sports there back when they don't invite me. At the district, I don't see a lot of things there. One, people not going to like me because I said anything here. Some schools the teachers themselves involved. Some schools the parents themselves involved.
Okay. For
example, me when they talk to you, I leave a witness, then give me name to your house. When I go to the field, that house they don't fool people. Just because you don't call out Kasho Holland house. I get for drive off and I left me picking them. They for go attend. Even the food, the drinks will make for the house. I make sure I'm picking them goes up. I also prepare the same food for the other houses. Because when you give me house, for example, because they don't have the APC, when they want for Giwi house, they give me red house.
Okay.
And when the people they don't say, Chairman Kasho your house, they don't do everybody will come now with red. Except like we will get thinking about Sierra Leone, we will provide for greenhouse, we will provide for yellow house, we will provide for other houses there, and me not go wear red for going to field. Because I have to make sure say everybody see me like I belong to the house. I witness a scenario in a Kasho town, day, and the drive come on walk. You can go find out from me from the teachers there. The sports get for stop. Because somebody wear green polo, take remand them, can the field, if the sport get for stop force.
Now primary school or secondary school?
Primary school. Imagine say get 6 years, 7 years picking them, 8 years, 9 years picking them. Them boys at the past, they say all kind of talk, they threaten, as if say this is a political campaign don't reach. I don't because other school na SLMB, they fetch me. The police man they don't even enough about 5 or 6 police man they don't even for contain the violence. I don't witness another program that Jonobi where the picking they run. If you listen to what I say, the picking they run, where the picking reach. This house they say even when the sport people for determine the sport officials for determine the result. Confusion the commodity say and this color I win, this color I win. So my brother, I have a good faith in saying this, that this color don't create tension. I will tell you for free, some mama and day, if they're picking the greenhouse, then I read in the, you know where that greenhouse polo. If they're picking the red house, if they put the green, you know where that red house polo. This colors thing, I listened to my sister this morning 98.1, where they say for do segregation, civic education. My brother, how long will you pass civic education in this country? I will tell you they have to start it from class 6. Go to the offices in this country and tell me if you see, even when I say red is international standard protocol. Go to the offices that make you see what's in the happen. They enter the offices and see. So the color thing, what they affect with the big one and with the old now. Now some people they try for being can't also pick them. So my own concern is many people can inculcate this same pattern about color. I will tell you for free, I know a member of parliament who belong to one political party, a buy motuka with a different color, with another party color. The man for bluff, and fine color. We go to people, we pass, they say, see, I don't change. And that party they don't go now. The banker for go spray motuka black. We buy new motuka for make you use. So this is not about Kasho. It's not about my political party. If I want to make my political party, I will not say no ban green and red. But I tell you for free, it's a serious problem. And then schools them. And let me take you back where I say elections to come, my brother. Hello?
Yes, you did live. They listen you.
Why say elections to come? For March now, schools are going to begin making sports, my brother. If anything there, because this we not enough. Una journalists don't go ahead. If I want to sensitize people, when I want to change their mind, them fine. I will support in any way. In any way, I'm going for support. I will do that for me that day. People, especially for me this street. But I imagine this is an election year. Next year election year, the current people going to in sport business. Red and green go come on inside it. But I mean the envisage problem. Whether possible man talk am, or the make a talk am, there may responsibility for give early warning signs. Because I know what are they seeing in sports. That make I say me, because I did not school sports right now. Imagine I'm going to invite me as chairman of council. Everybody, whether they SFPP, whether they APC, whether they PMDC, NGC, as far as you're in a Western rural, you have the responsibility. But as soon as I reach you, Red House will begin dance for me. And that is not what I'm there for. Even though I did red at my APC party. But in school, not Red House are there. For example, maybe fortunate and lucky, my primary school, secondary school, travel me university, now yellow house are there. Now yellow color, that God make up for me fine. So, what if you don't suit me, guy, and other councillors and other people that stakeholders in this state? If this color thing continues, so it will be people that pick it. One will pick them will learn bad things. Pick them sport them will not begin to color business and this and that. I can support pick you in class 6. I know what they follow me talk, but then color business then. This is an experience when we don't get, which I don't suit me, that make we say, we the ban at school. For example, one school in our town called Pathway. I think me 3 people they go. Now green, white, and blue they use.
Yes, somebody just comment
Yes, and then me 3 people. I think me twin daughters. I have 2 daughters, twins. And then they go. Now green, white, and blue they go. Nobody they go make up this other day. That's how flag they use. And they go on smoothly. You see? So me on talk is not about Kasho. It's not about my party. It's about how make this your peaceful. Don't forget, say the security people in this country don't declare Western rural as the most how will I say it? Dangerous district in terms of security business.
Since I get you at the phone, they camp and I just want to make you explain.
So that is the reason why make me say
how the meeting being.
We didn't stop this. Well, it was fine because we bring all issues and come up. Now we get now that was a meeting. That was a sitting.
Yes.
Now we're going to call sitting. We're going to call meeting.
Okay.
Waiting the council the seat. When the council the seat, now sitting.
Okay.
We start to make decisions.
Okay.
After the council make the decision done, now with the whole meetings, for example, we go for call school heads.
Okay.
We go for call, I think they don't begin to say school heads. We they call now the education department, call stakeholders them and council. And this council don't see what the people then say. After all look at the back, we go back to council sitting back and report say on this instruction on give we and this will not do. Now this people then say and this will gather for a final decision. Because also chairman they make law. And people will make it very clear.
Okay.
Chairman of the chair the city. Now the council, when they say the council will reach section 12, tell you it is the highest political authority in the district, not the chairman. When the council sits, just like we get parliament, although we powers not reach like parliament. But that council in that district, what's fine for them, what's not fine for the district, and then laws they try to make. So what we are doing is to protect.
Local government, or
yes, yes, definitely. You go for seek advice that the Attorney General and Minister of Justice in office.
okay.
These are some laws, but the decision there for school and you don't need for clear and go because these are things to achieve the welfare. Because if it's you at school and go fetch green and go fetch stoner, tomorrow you guys say what the council will don't do. You know those are issues that they're being covered. These are administrative issues there. For say this is no for use this color again. School will not go use this color, will not go use mauve, will not go use purple, will not go use the other color there. No, that is just something as far as the people they know, because I have ex of school and complain to me. I have ex of school and complain to me that this is the issue. Because some ex of school are able to talk again. Some teachers they now say, bra, if you give them green polo, they will say, if you give them green house, they say go there. So if you give them red house, they say go there. Because it belongs to a political party, perhaps you don't want to say I wear red polo. So it belongs to a political party, you don't want to say I make you wear green polo. So all this they create problem, not only to the beginning, they create problem to the school administration, because politicians they go down for call names here. But time to come when call names, so we'll get the records, we'll get videos, politicians they go to field. For example, one sport happened at Waterloo, they invite me for where the sport. I've been not willing for goodie. But as soon as the person tell me, say, na competition, greenhouse, this XYZ post don't come, it is paying right now. So I make yourself come. As I say, no, me goodie. And then go school sport for politics. School sport, whatever, and they picking them. They picking them for enjoy their life. I don't go in for identify talent. And they picking them go make new friends. And the people will go meet and socialize. Why for bringing politics inside anything? So the politics that the sports arena and the who are districts. I'm not talking about that district. It's so serious that it creates more tension, my brother. It creates more tension. At times, leaders, now people they vote win. Never take stop actions them. What's going to be happy? But at the end of the person goes down and corner and say, no, waiting council will do better. Rather than go let people affect things that go happen there, that's what them blame say waiting council don't do.
But the final decision, una just go straight up without having like several meetings, several engagements.
No, we don't ban.
No, yes,
we say we want for ban.
But what they say is like na the road for ban. Na the una dey now. Na the road for ban.
Well, no. Now we don't say we want for ban. And council get where they operate. When you get a meeting with council say this is what we want to do. The council will give further instructions. Like for example, I got the way say now you don't know perhaps you don't know what all happened before we take that interview.
Yes.
Now the local council don't sit on Wednesday. The council will tell you say yes, we have a motion to ban all these particulars in the schools. But administration, which of course mean a part of the administration, you get the deputy chairman, you get the deputy C, and you get your staff there. Now we are going to do this, and come back and report to council. So what we are doing now that because you know they will take decision for yourself. Council will have to give you instruction. Now council will make the policy and not an individual. Because every ward, don't forget, every ward in the council gets representative.
Yes.
We have 27 wards, and all are being represented by the councillors. So they're then for the international body. So what you don't tell me now we do now. We go for invite journalists, and once I don't say you don't take out the program, we go invite you for come. Because we ourselves can see and can contribute. Perhaps when people are away, you go listen them from school PT, or you listen them from teachers or from head of schools. They're going to say yes, this thing is very serious.
Okay, let's use pathway as an example, because pathway then are green, white, and blue then get. Yeah. So if this come to pass, so pathway get for lose then green?
No. Now the problem is when you have the two colors together.
Okay.
It's not having the one color together. Oh. When you have the two colors together, it becomes problem.
Okay.
Yes, that is it. When you have the two colors together, it becomes problem. Pathway, I tell you, say pathway that day you can find out. I have two kids there. Me twin picking them, Juliet and Elizabeth. Now they attend. Then they GSS2. In fact, me other Elizabeth, then they take her for go contest as one of the the Africa queen or whatever. So it was peaceful. I didn't have feeling nobody was themselves. You can go and park like in a corner. I watch them sport take done. Be picking and do them performance done and they don't go. I park nobody just what they did. Yes, because me I left for following picking and parenting and I want for see me picking. I want for the me picking talent. You understand?
Yes.
But anytime you go now color, no, that is not one. Me, they told me they go school me, that they follow me. They want to see if I go on, they want to see if I play football. They want to see if I be sing because they want to identify my talent. So basically that's what some of push they do. So my brother, this is not about Kasho. Some people don't go try to understand. But the way the color thing no go, and they tell you for free, if you salary, so Monday you go to club safe, or you go to meeting, same meeting, you get a green chair this film. So Monday you get a red chair this film. So Monday someone Sprite in take. Is someone been through in take. But just imagine to the level the color business don't reach. Just imagine to the color, but now with the waka waka. I have close to 500,000 people in this district. I got 121 villages. And they work and I know what they say. These are things that when a security threat. The security threat. People are what they do now. So man, they're going to wear the particular go to up. Now for cost confusion, for why you go jog bag, why you go jog phone. These are all security threats. So we they say we they stop on with this stage.
So
then
we
we get so many colors.
So now the two colors now in school no go get together, but it can get either of and other colors.
That is it, bro. Okay. That is it when you get one of the color net effects. Pathway is an example.
Okay.
Okay? It's an example. When I create about the you know see confusion. If you like get red, you know you see confusion. But when you have those two colors together in a school, and I tell you, there's a school where you get a principal where everybody knows say na SLPP. Let me give you an example. The other house, when I read house, it suffer greatly in that school. Even the one where they run, they pull and they put in another house because the damn house they run well. Because the principal goes like belong. We have those evidence. They are there. If you catch journalists, we give you. They go help for further do investigation. We not in call them so because we na leaders okay we manage something, but we not for call them and name we. If now we they do bad, now we name we and shame we. We have to do them by our profession. You understand? We can go to evidence and go now go to the ground, go investigate and see and know whether this way council will bring come, whether it is good or whether it is bad, or whether we just them or we just think about like for things sake. And then I you talk about road, you say the road for going to cancel.
Yes, the road for going to cancel.
If I want to listen, somebody tell me say that listen this program, but listen now. One thing where people don't understand that this you get district roads when a government directly fund them. You know they under council in responsibility.
Okay.
That road they leading to council. Before me kind of council self, they don't get that contract to Gento.
Exactly.
And so if you watch the road, Gento don't even begin work there. So if we take money right now, put a day from council, I wanted to do it. Because I probably condemn one kind of council it. I remember I used to wait for people and right now go to my office. But the law go hold me because already they don't give the contract. So Gento, if you will come for camp
with Gento.
Now, you know, say without roads, they are not devolved to council. But what will they do? The Minister of Works, he will tell you, say, I don't engage on that day. I don't even engage Gento on that road day. Okay, that road day, not to say boss that council, but now they will take a, if we go boss direct now, the Peguma paying on.
Okay.
That is the payment for that road day. And government already being paid for that. So that is the issue. Not that say, Kasho, there money with the collect people as well. If I don't say, okay, don't use cement and stone. We concrete and find decent one take up which I can together. But when government already, if until government terminate that contract, we don't get right for work. Or if procurement law go all we and ACC go all we. That is a district go we fall directly under the supervision and control of government under the Ministry of
nothing
Works.
is being done.
That is it. Well, government will tell you say not get money. For example, on 15 roads, the last government may start for do within Waterloo. I mean the Waterloo that we go to Lompa, Coltong, you go Fulatong, you understand? Now for 15 roads, you get it to a road go down to Anga. But where government call me, now we'll go there now what they say now, they start for 6 roads, money no day. Because these are roads they already pay for we all local funds they already release. You understand?
So the one they already village now. They go to the village, other than they do.
Now just to work.
Yes, I know,
Just
but
to
now under
just
the
to come
same
in.
government.
Now say yes now one of Ministry of Works.
Okay.
A Ministry of Works. We also watch and we say the children correct. We inform the Ministry of Works. The Minister in Korea, he asks me how that go then they don't time we give information we forgive. So they don't know the first phase is 6 for them for do force for this first phase. So likely if we start the second phase next year, they're gonna put that council ruling down. So that is the issue. I don't want to talk about the politics with the play.
From Hastings to Market, the old road. You know the panda.
From Hastings
to the Waterloo Market, the old road.
No.
So
now
that
Hastings
road
Junction.
No plan.
No, you know they part of the government plan right now. You know they. I don't know if the government but the whole day now from Hastings Junction going down to Kasho Junction. You know, so you go inside Hastings, you pass, you go bus Kasho. Right at in fact they do the bridge between Hastings and Kasho and that old road.
Okay.
They don't work the old bridge, they never build the new one right now as I speak to you. Then
Okay.
secondly, secondly you talk about lights.
Yes.
You know, now I text the person who I text, the person say you get onto information you get me online. You know, if we want to start something devolved to council, then some volunteer when I say go to talk say no, we devolve volunteer to council. On 2004, the local government act devolved about 32 functions to council. You understand me, sir?
Yes.
As I speak to you, so 9 devolve from 2004 to today. 9 that na health, primary health, education, agriculture, marine, youth, sports. You get library, you get social welfare, gender and children affairs, and now they don't add the environment. This new ministry we don't come. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, Nananen and devolved to council from 2004 when the act talk about 30 something for what they call. Even year before last, vice president, also the vice president and the chairman for the interministerial committee working called IMC on development, where you get ministries, the Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Local Government, where they all meet. Now the vice president chair, vice president pulled 28 things the way he handed over to council for the council do them by the Local Government Act. That never happened. For example, the survey of lands. When it was people say, hey, we see the box now at the main road. From 2018 to date, you come up, I will show you letters upon letters to Ministry of Lands, to Vice President, to Parliament. They don't call, we don't go. We land them, we go to the box. Up to Nigeria. But we land them at the description, they use them for those other things there.
And this one where people in the bond dirty.
That is it. If you get the box for go put it, people will bond dirty. That is it. We don't beg for land, we don't get all kinds of things for land, but they use the land for do other things there. When we come for land for men and give you council, make us make dirty box for other things there. They give. Parliament will go up to Parliament level, Deputy Speaker don't probably say they're going to instruct the Ministry of Lands for giving land. Take today. So clear the two of the triangle. And you go take land, post go touch that you get her. Or commission touch that you get her, and fetch go commodity. And it's over council don't go correct fetch. So when ministry do documents, we don't go don't survey land the way we make a dirty box there for correct transfer, we dirty them, more clear than a treat. Let them get 8 trucks with the clear. We don't employ 51 staff there with the clear dirty, with the sweep. But what's that for to dirty? This is now 4 years now, about 4 years now. We don't the option for them doing 1 town lot safe. Like this is not give. So this is we got a lot of challenges.
Now even to Joy Hospital, they don't use and they make
that
small bomb a day.
Fine. We don't even go say them about the put up city. In fact, if you go to negotiation on the Deployment Policeman, already anywhere close. Because first they put out the trees and now. Now we don't try to don't make it up here. Because say just pack our car and Krango. But also the Krango. Also the Krango. Land and give it all me for me people don't say that politics was you know say that politics. People also one will be wicked. Because land and they sell to Chinese man there. They sell to people there for can't do the factory or the other things there. They ship and give to people them. Why not you cancel 1 acre or 2 acres here at the box?
So can't get land at all? At
all. Pastor better not box on that there so. When we come to the office, they say this council Nigeria, but we check for paper, you don't get paper. And land where a document too. You know, it is funny. For example, the land where CSCB they usually in a community getter now Waterloo. what they give them, they're not getting free for park the machine. And when they conduct election 2018, sorry, they tell them, say, hey, Chairman Kasho, they can build this library on that right up. Before the election, they don't have 3 months, they don't fence the all. I don't like to say, but this is all happening in Sierra Leone. I got the way this program, I'm not listening, I'm not know, but I'm going to follow up now. But don't ever say we are so wicked. Light not so wicked. What make people and get light? Me say I get personal business na Waterloo. If I tell you what thing I get the station they born, the money already ready to make na Waterloo na fairly they buy. Because the light they can even sustain the name of opportunity as Peter. Who say for one light? Council says who ready for work, truly na council put all with computer they on board, we put picture there, we AC on the light they will take a pass upon field. Who says they complain for light? But the point that is not devolved to council. Water is devolved to
lobby safe.
No, we are lobbying with the lobby, Abraham, but you know this country want to make it talk, some of who talk, they say that man they able talk or talk in the free. Half of we for talk. We for full party or color per development. If I mean this is chairman na Waterloo, I believe I belong to another political party. But if I talk to you from the people, them, don't look me party where I belong to. Do it for the people. Because the people and they right forget them. Yes, and the people right forget them. And the people right forget them. They right forget them. They right forget them. So don't look me, they know. If every party kind of power say they do, other places they will suffer. But we get for do things there for people because and they right.
Because
the fundamental right for their rights.
Now other places, even to Benguma, then get transformer day, but the main Waterloo will not get no transformer day. Why would they right now? It's not even enough for we.
Okay. If you want to put up Benguma, they put up barracks. You know,
yes, inside the barracks.
Say you know a lot of people there for connect. People not collecting now. People not people for connect. They don't can put one back now Adria. They not a lot of people back for connect. There's transformer they right now Adria. They not a lot of people back for connect. So these are some of the issues there, and it's not devolved to all working for lobby. Now, for talk to the ministers, they write a letter, go meet you, then talk to the what they call, encourage them for me they're able to say people that need lights. Because don't forget Waterloo, in this streets, now get the fishing coming there. Now get the cold room them. But come on, they close to the fishing coming or in cold room because in that fear where they born, they make it losses. So you never got the business club. But if they get lights, they never forget, then they never run, they create job for people. And the bottom go less per government. Because government will provide job for everybody. If then company they run, then institution they run, they're able to create job for people. People will get job around the country. But when you look and say, forget that license, that's your money, and then go pray say, now make lights good in. No. All man will say government and in charge of electricity. So when you give the light, all man will say government on give. Yes, we don't go launch lights where Ministry of Energy no go do, not possible. They ain't go job. We will not support. What we care about is to give people there would lobby for the that's all. We see even at the potential for we don't put it for we get 20 bus them for the rural district because we will suffer transportation. Serious one.
You they see when you go to a junction in the evening, people they load like empty containers just for come out to a junction can Waterloo. People really they suffer for transport. In the morning, when they are come like 6 in the morning, you they see nurses picking them all way they don't wake in the morning, 6 o'clock for can treat for can transport in Waterloo. This is unfair to the kids.
Yes. What we don't do, firstly the bus government go 5 bus. They don't go 1 bus, they don't care 1 bus going than York. I don't know how the operation will be. But government go 5 school bus there. Last week they said they go give 1 to York. I don't know whether they go to that council or not. But the bus they not do. So what we don't do, we say this 2022, the money we will gather for the people there. And the people they train for, but we don't do not yet, not by 20 buses. We don't say not enough, but at least you are going to be say it will solve some of the problem there.
Definitely.
For example, we put some say for the school picking there. We go add for them college here. We got most of the universities that we defeat. The military Magai, the public college, the Freetown Teachers College, the TET, the commerce. You know what I mean? Okay, people they go. So let me show the final people get 20 buses. I'll tell you don't go follow the process. In fact, the process delay small way because we it is funny actually because we all is so we don't do building document done for sure I'm going to the ministry, the NPPA. Where NPPA don't approve, say yes, within the procurement laws, the facility can't go back to the water. But under the letter, the NPPA say we go to the Ministry of Transport for get approval back. So for NPPA, we don't do also for today. Now, ministry we want to have when they go the approval for make we advertise. The money for buy the bus, the money is already there. But again, you don't go buy them, we don't go through the procedure.
Yeah.
They hold you back. So basically, I want to provide them bus today for people because we see people so far. And I want to tell you, say, water business, me don't go into, me on behalf of my council, don't go into an MOU with a reputable decision. I want to tell you, say, before this year done, you will use pipe borne water in Waterloo
I go glad.
for drink. No, yes, of course. I want to tell you that. I don't. If you watch right now, we don't put over 120 kiosks. Where you go outside, you pay small money. I don't know if you see them kiosks today. Now blue kiosks there too.
Okay.
Yes, they are so now. So okay, we don't start with that same company now for do the pipe bomb water now for take up from Fire Mambo and take from New Testament and also use Okuto water.
Yeah, because New Testament gets water.
Yes, you know, say we've been get an agreement. We've been right to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Where we help people can innovate them. I call them and then dam them.
Okay.
The dam are good. They're up and running. So now we don't do an MOU with a company now where they can do the pipe ball water down for people in Waterloo. You understand? So it takes time, but again for Apple. For example, at the speech at
2022.
But yes, sure, by the grace of God. Right now, I told you should have McKinney.
Okay.
We follow some World Bank project for 20 choker office. Somebody say, lie. If it's World Bank will help. Now World Bank don't come through to the government of Sierra Leone. And World Bank don't come give money to some category 6 councils where we see we are part of it. For example, now people they talk about Frandi all Waterloo.
Yeah.
It has been long. Now the whole body don't see that. But what they making it right now? We'll left here back tomorrow for after the workshop tomorrow. How they distribute the funds them. I will tell you say before this year is done, Frandi don't be a different team.
That's good.
We got a different team there. We've done about 8 projects that we get blessing for get under what see. So government don't call right now, don't come.
They talk so Chairman Kasho.
Yes, sir.
You not get any plan for engage the community like town hall?
No, we engage.
Do like town
Even
hall,
today, if you find out actually the man in a Waterloo ward, they will tell you say council will engage them on property rate and distribution of property rate note and demand notice and shop license. They will tell you today there was a very big meeting at council. Don't let me and call them and prove me right or wrong. We believe in engagement, we believe in consultation, we believe in partnership. So they engage people, but right now what you do, any two who don't say 1 for 2. If we not get the money for 2, it will not call people and come a meeting.
Okay.
Because now somebody take that for go advertise say, if they say this, they not do them. But what I talk about also now, I don't cut down the marketing now. Tomorrow morning we do the workshop, they tell you the meeting. After the meeting now, we go now Waterloo and say this project that we don't get. For example, we tell people about EU. So we don't get EU project. But people don't believe. But right now people don't begin to see the EU project, they work. You understand?
Which project's that?
The EU sponsor we on na 6 councils, 3.7 million euros, where they support different things there. For example, one for capacity council. I will tell you, say for my kind of office of 2018, that 2 weeks back I get more official vehicle.
Okay.
2 weeks back I get official vehicle. We don't get the capacity. Now EU don't buy for with 2 Prado. They buy for with 3 motorbikes. Then now what they can now? If they can provide for we, then tricycles for taking the and then different locations then where they can build some stores, can build some bridges, can build how you call them do some renovations some schools.
Any plan for the market?
Yes. You want to market?
Yeah.
Bo, you make a vex, bo.
But they still they still take the road.
No, yes. Now, me not believe in driving people from the street. We not give you an alternative.
Okay.
But go down on the market now and see the building what they put on there. Go down on the market now, bro. Go down there tomorrow. 2.3 billion Leo's market. 2.3 billion Leo's market. The construction is ongoing now. So after 1 billion done this now, by 6 months you go done. Also, say that we're not going to allow you. Even though right now the push is many of them must get run, anywhere at the corner. But you know, pull them totally. They have to feed themselves. They have to feed their children. They have to pay for them to go to school, to university. So they push them in the corner, stop it. They must go past many, jam them. But who don't build a market on everybody for go inside. I hope say anybody, but when they put them, they go and say, we don't go broke in the market.
Yes.
When that breakage happen, that demolition will happen. So now for the market, now first class market, multi-purpose market.
Now make a big they make me call out say we forget first class markets now at Aloden.
Of course. Where you get school lay.
Okay.
The market they get school, you get butcher, you get I call it cool room, and other things facilities they already. Now for the standard market should be 2.3 billion. The market don't right now, they don't start the cost right now.
Send the camera there. The camera go work.
Okay, sir, please do. And I appreciate anything where you get anything for ask me. Me, I'm available to talk to journalists because now we duty for being critical. Now duty for come and clear the air. And we're not perfect human beings. We can make mistakes. But I believe say anything some of what they do, now from what tomorrow left office, we do not quiet because people they say, no, yes, this man has so and so we do. But because they cancel and they make much for them everywhere I go. Me on this six council will not lead for these 4 years. But the thing they wouldn't do. The thing they wouldn't do. Make any other council say, and this we don't do. This is council. For example, don't build schools. You go Pasaton school, I not say do, but IEC Pasaton, one of the oldest schools in this country. You go to build for the 6 standard classrooms with 2 offices for the infant and the primary school heads them. For the first time, you go see the fence stay back. For when the people secure. You go consultation, you go see you build back 6 classrooms standard. You go up the mountain and Gloucester, you go see when you do proper rehabilitation and addition on the school up the RC school. You go to Adonkia, the same thing. Adonkia will spend about 88 million leons for do that school. You go back to Godrich and Fawi, you go see what you don't do there. And with the school right now, with the school and benches and tables, books, everything. Market, we don't be for Yams Farm, one of the biggest markets you go to the Yam. Big brand new market. And we're doing the same thing as Godrich also again. Yes, Farm, just go Yams Farm.
Okay.
And ask for the market council don't do. In fact, by next week, by the grace of God, they do open ceremony for them.
All right.
Okay, go back to Godrich now.
The markets and own I can do so. How the traders then they able forget table in first come, first serve, then they get for register or
we get a committee that will be set up. We comprise of the stakeholders in the village.
Safe.
Yes, we can get the demand them of course can be part of them. And then of course the councillors and what they can be part of it and they want to build the market. The demand, the stakeholders, the Muslim leaders, the Christian leaders, the youth, the women's group, and they can go sit down and then try for distribute them and then do the list of what and say, okay, it's not problem the competition already. So we make a committee now so can man this market here. Because one market here for be clean, for be decent at all times, so we go there. You understand?
Yeah.
But we don't try. One time I go try for venture this program here. We'll give it. Check with the podcast.
On this red and this green, what thing will be your final statement, sir, for this next?
Well, the final statement is let people do more investigation and come back to you and tell you whether what they say is not correct. Secondly, what people don't say, now let the picking them, at the schools them. We don't witness cases the way fetch they happen because of red or green. We don't see violence. And then picking them, not many land them bad thing in there. And if one starts civic education, not beginning from the next 6 years. That man would all 25, 30, 40, 50 years now. I doubt as for CJ will go for him Bible, then Bible until they know they teach you back. Don't because so they come and call meetings there, make people understand that this make one for do them. It is some people think say go fight for we for this street be peaceful. Because right now say this street and the worst district. And by the way, I'm for you say the first ever district security summit will be held by what see very soon. I will see notice there out. What they call the first security district summit for go discuss about security issues with district. And I will say for head police not all to get money for buy fear for motoka, not all to buy motoka for themselves. The soldier, then we community volunteers them. the journalists them, how for help them. So we dey call a summit now of all business people. They are part of businesses that are big businesses, companies, NGOs, embassies, for come and can say, I don't contribute to that security fund. We'll go for buy motor for Salon police, they will go to this. We'll go for buy motorbikes. We'll go for buy shares for the people passport and net. For all the crime in this city, because the money don't reach me now, so for me, I'm not happy as a leader. So there's one thing to do. By the grace of God, when I don't support them as journalists, them, do not be afraid to critique me, and do not be afraid for call me to book if you say we go that way, because nobody's an island, nobody's not perfect, nobody knows how to be all teach. Until if you tell me, I believe I'm going for say, okay, let me do this, we'll go and make the country fine for you all.
Thank you very much, Chairman Kasho Holland.
Welcome, my brother. Welcome.
Right. Yeah. That's now the chairman for the Western Area District Council, Chairman Holland Kasho Cole. We talk about Cool. Even though we topic today, it gets for deal with the red and green, but you don't say why they talk about me lovely Watalona. And today, I get the opportunity for ask them most of the questions them we I been one for ask them. And I just the camera go work on Waterloo. The camera go focus on Waterloo small. Let we just able forget all the things the way they talk and see what till we go get out of them. But you don't hear him. Why make them suggest for the red and green not for go together? So not to red and green, then they band together in a school, but school get for choose one. And so I make for understand. Unless if you hear something different from what you understand with the questions them we ask. Say now because we're in 2 days together, now ain't problem they come out. But we all 2 not together, like pathway, where Samuel Kamara the proprietor he join with us right now. Say na green, white, and blue then get. So they're not get for lose them. They're not get for lose then green, then can still continue with then green, white, and blue. Now Usai red and green they meet up. Well, you hearing explanation, you hearing. So I don't think say, but to me, I still team up a bit team up. Say they not for deprive the picking them. I wish they get another solution for fix the problem. Make a come with Tony. Make we waiting Tony in gets for we today. Welcome on board, Tony Touye Jones. You get the platform, sir.
Yeah, Abraham, thanks for having me. Thanks to we chairman Waterloo District Council, we the cover from Levumate, Go Waterloo, all them areas in there. You know, I mean, most of the things he said was, I mean, I'm happy because there's a progress. I mean, you know, there are certain things that you see in answer side, but that not to the main topic. I know say we topic basically now for decide if whether for ban the colors. And if you say, you know, it is a salient point, very important, you know, because we all aware. I mean, everybody living at the diaspora or inside salon, everything is being politicized. Every conversation, even you didn't have some groups of when you say something we not favor the next man in party, it say you didn't at the other side. So basically, that's now the society, and it's difficult for make you able for you know for get rid of them things then they because then thing then they don't soak inside people them, you know, it don't soak. So man, not now you go say in a party picking, somebody go say in a sympathizer, any kind of way, you know, for talk about of in party way they. So every conversation you see everything, every area where you go, even apart from school sports, even college, elections, they all characterized by colors, because this party within power go wants for make more houses, especially if it's more dominated by people that within on the black side, go and make every election where they happen that the government, the institutions them make it happen say that green for win in their favor, because what you make the more colleges you get, the more you get more likely chances for make you win news. And we all know news those days now may pressure group on government. But because of now, them pressure group then they know they again. In fact, what through the scene are different things because basically the upper politics don't come inside so much that they don't dilute. So that student unionism, not they again, everything don't based on camps, don't based on colors and everything. So basically, I don't feel say it will be nice for making them then get rid of them colors. And they just like you mentioned, those are the primary colors, them, where we meet red, blue, green, yellow. It's just where we play Ludo. You understand what I mean? And it can so colorful where you go sports. We all go sports, especially that area the way they talk about so where Waterloo area, where you come, you see the Bafa, then where they don't build, see red house don't build in Bafa, green house don't build in Bafa, yellow house and blue house. It's so colorful. You make the place look nice and what's it called. I feel they just need for put strong warnings and make sure say just like we in at the head for that area, they can call it the principals them, or they can get away with them go for communicate and say, hey, look. We know say people, everybody gets right for belong, and you get sites them where we did. But even we say when at the councillors, they make we be careful, or let we take them the whole the politics, them let we not care and go to the schools. Them if we say if the upper class able for aware about that and able because the picking and I innocent picking them just like what they say they want for enjoy their colors, they've used to these colors and everything, So if we attempt for just cut them off right now, it will be difficult for them because like we punish them for for the upper people them or the bigger class their own selfish reason because all this way he say mentioned these are valid points, they're valid. The very valid points that we mentioned about how people then they operate. So basically, I have to say the best thing we can do is, what they can do is able for disseminating communication. I mean, it gets a radio station our Saludi and through councillors them make them strict. Say, do ya, una not bring politics into school business. If it possible, say them at the head, where it say attend. Not even wear red, not even wear colors the way say go be a threat or go disrupt the whole thing. You can wear different colors, you go there, you serve as whatever. You understand? But if them not influence the decisions, then the problem will become neutral. But we are in them as the head. People that want to wear red power red for win. People that want to green power green for win because them say even football, they watch football. If this team they wear red or this team wear green, people they try for influence the situation. But I just don't want to steal the show. I want to congratulate them for all the good things that we don't see because now we all doing at that area. We all invest. They even winning at the diaspora, whatever all they labor for. You want for make you go to a community. You see they need the things them what you want. Then they are available. Just the code to measure. You need buses. You need lights. You need water. You need this. Go salon again. Out of you go sit down. Now you place you get water. You open shower, you get for big members, you get for buy water. Some of you now well you don't dig. At the second well this we don't dig safe back. You understand what I mean? So, we happy for the work way they do. We glad to say we get support from the head. Which is the government, and we tell the government also thank you because some of them funds where they talk about if the government per se not involved, you understand, and some points in the way he mentioned where it is where I like. You get for left legacy. Tomorrow, if you didn't in your corner, at least this now you left, you go happy say yes. Where that man they made a cash now, this is left. Or development, not forget color. Not so because you will say, okay, because what's a lower Western rural district, now APC chairman and get so we know we'll take development day. Remember, say, even that way they get other people that will belong on the other side with it. And a happy way that they give them the support and they work well with them. You know what I mean? Take a just know, but I'm not say the need for discontinue their colors then they or take one off for this because if you take one off now you go bring the tussle the colors who's calling one for take off if you take off red then we say now because the opposition if you take out green that's the same problem so let them leave the colors them let them just enforce and say let them not put politics in school picking the primary school the election if it possible self then they let it not go. Let your money represent you. Let me everything. But this have been practiced for donkey years. For donkey years, school sports done the day with them colors. It's a valid point where it is. But let them just put their foot down and make people then really not involved in and they let them not bring politics into their picking and school sports. That's not me on take about.
Thank you very much, Tony.
You're welcome, about.
Let's come with us friend. Make we hear waiting na yon take. Welcome on board us friend. Usa you there, sir. You agree for ban the colors, or you think say there should be another solution?
Yeah, thank you very much, Triple A, for giving me the platform, and thanks to all our listeners in VSL. To me here, I believe in a conflict of interest there and escalation of something we do not see it. I believe say they forgo another route, another way, not to this way. Now they look this way, first of all, now fast track. But that one day, I believe say for let it go sinking, it gets a process. So here I believe in conflict of interest, where they live in conflict of ideas. For say then they try for bring things like antisocial behavior, criminal behavior, or behavior what they cause harassment and destruction. And then they try for say a behavior back of politicians towards the education one at the primary school. And then they find solution and then they predict. But here is something we know to everyday events. Now an event we an annual within the whole athletic sport meeting. Then one thing. So you look at how for able to stop this as a law in a fast process, for say people in colors, they affect the behavior towards politics, and then your own community will cause problem. And because they know a problem, this is that this time the council see at the suggest. So, but again, see the laws like you will pass law, they do like a brother, say, but they get for go through process. But the process again, you question them. Say now, then they try to actually address the risk of the behavior when they picking and get forget in terms of the color what they see, how they perceive them, or it will bring a criminal behavior. But here is a behavior where then they predict, but already instead they try for blow a whistle. See, there is another behavior where they go on. We say this behavior, the behavior of the politicians, and they begin they can at the school then they begin they can give teachers, and they begin to do this. So the crime way then they feel say it will happen because of the colors, the crime is already being committed first by the ones who are the politicians. That now what's in the picture, what in they give you as a councillor. But what is the truth of who they don't give money? Who say you don't see them? Or this don't actually do something what you don't say because of this time it don't happen. So you get for bring your case first for say now this now it be happen now because of this. Then at one point first we will begin to see if any genuine law for can be in the how then we begin to ask them. If you involve the education minister, until when they go up and down for check the schools then, well, this is like a test for them for say, when I've been going against schools, they have for try bring the sensitization of this education or the technology by education or whatever, or free books, and they come, I will not for use them because they say they go visit schools then, or the condition of the school. This time you say challenge for say, I've been identify them problem there, or not just for let I go there, I go deliver the books, I go, or I go see if the building the work accommodate, or the time where I believe say something one for make na this school, now that they are the can that school day for can do something. So all the areas and the game was it's a new test. But this area where the council or the try for bringing an antisocial behavior, what if they believe say it will bring a crime, and the crime look a bit a criminal, where they blame them on one side from the people them where they say now you are not get for use colors. When are not get for use colors, so straight away we try for pull the concept and the purpose of sports. And the purpose of sports, now when the year end, I did the beginning and they go for go get a union. Now then they go be they go cheer, then they build the energy, then they forget about the real curriculum when they go, the educational classroom. These are extra curriculum activities where sometimes they can identify them there for let them go begin to perform sports now other higher level, till they become Olympic stars, all those kind of areas. So you see say this now one point, then they try for change, and then what's in they try for change out, then they bring fear for say if we allow colors to be perceived by individuals, it will cause harassment of community, disruption go dey, alarm go dey, family then go begin become distressed. But you get for give evidence of this. But one point again, very important, all like how we talk, say, then therefore find a solution. Let them look out from the point, say, if we identify this, then we find a solution. Instead of find a solution for go gather the teacher and other things, if we can't put a law, would they gather this the minister like this now in time for the visit? Now this now in time for organize a behavior, people and get forget an acceptable behavior contract. Then they get a contract we get for put where they all get for accept. Say will they accept this contract for this behavior and we get for recognize say this behavior we the politicians what they do first of all, and a bad one. Well, we know say go bring this effect, and then the student then back then get for tell us well if they can't tell una not accept now for not say this not time of play, not time where they try for pull we stress out, not time where they unite and then we compete in a very good atmosphere. So I'm not going to change the idea or the concept of this. So once they accept this, so they recognize and I'm able for make say then go stop their behavior, and then the politicians and back will stop their behavior. So they give for campus from the grassroots, so that this the interest is not going to become conflict. So that they can sell this thing to a very young age, or you be saying where then they try to get now that stage they knowledge. And at that stage then they get knowledge, where they begin to transform now for go to higher school. Then they begin now you get also within then they talk about this online extremist day. So they begin at that stage, so when they come up now, and they begin to get different concept now. Say, oh, colors, they don't for use them. Oh, this and this. So you they try for change the idea, not to for tell them to not use the colors. Now for let them use the colors, then go stand firm against that temptation of the color. But when you pull the color, the other colors, and tomorrow another party can say changing color, or they can't merge. So hello, merge, will they form this color? Things are going to change. But then one day then we'll say, well, because we don't can unite, we don't make amalgamation of a party there, then we make a color. Lona will get called. So what about if that scenario happen? So you get to make a plan where you streamline things, you pull one to one the old one, then you bring the new one, because there is a knowledge of antisocial behavior we all know. But if they begin a concept to picking them, when they don't get on their brain, then as soon as they transmit and then go over to the secondary school. So instead of you control them in some way, now threats you bring, because once you wear them, I will be in trouble. I know they wear them. That's not going to be the solution, because that one don't want when that picking the well in my mouth, not where I go. But the behavior, now you get for cut down. You get for address this thing to community level. You get for identify picking the way get you will get small if things that when you see this way, then they punish them or then they gram. They're talking a cloud. So you get for teach these teachers how they get for identify this and deal with them from that area. And you go to the parent and back identify this at the community, because you said the cancer that you know Mary, where they can give people a nickname. Or this way, something more, or something this. So all these areas you handle them, you tackle them, you bring them together so that you process that one day gradually. But when you say you can't put this color abroad, then that means that something you don't see. What you don't want to tell me, but you bring them say you see, but they tell me that they say Jones can't give this money, and what Jones give this money, and I saw a they say they will get for do behind this thing. Or you feel they see how then they cut the distance of people out and they run because of this party. You careful identify them in there. So now that one day before long you address whether you don't do them, I don't know, or whether you don't do them visitation, I don't know. But the way they talk, would they try for say all they say now the use of color. Now you go decide winners, and then whether they go make law now. Now in one for diversity, then go make the law because of their reason they are, or then go get for go meet up, then they go accept, or because I get the so-called he called few people and he say he gets I think the local the deputy director, senior inspectors, they all day. But when you don't call them so you try for think again, because people are very clear in Sierra Leone for say. Then why we don't call so? Now then we don't get meetings until after them go eat that bad day or that place. They don't discuss it. Well, now with the favor, with something indirectly, so we can't put this lawyer. Because when you don't say that why then we don't know if then see them go accept her. Or now they all we don't talk one or two things, say, well, no, try we go able to push this thing, then it become a fast track. It go only fast track. when there is influence. And what are these influence in two ways? If then the influence them from them to few people that we name, so then we don't they go and talk one side for favor. In other words, he get grudge against other persons, say then where they favor or we will lose something because of this. So all the things and they get for bring them aside. But now we not see them now bring their point then they all with the place, let them go, let them get the knowledge, see, let the minister talk to, let we address the things there from a community level, wherein we will even get where laws and good, a criminal behavior, orders and good. If we not say the teachers and they get them behavior around the community, we try to put them, ban them certain days or all them things. Or if I the student there we know when a young picking them, we still see them, but yes, still when they give them minor punishment, they will even relate to them, parent them. Or the one they only for antisocial behavior, because then why no criminal behavior is now antisocial behavior, what if they try to see them will put up, we will cause a riot. Then you get people like I always say, when they hijack a situation, when they hijack and confusion there that they use it now for cause of commotion. So you get for look rather than the hijack anything, they're always something happening. But we see that they do recently with this criminal watch where SLBC they do. Then they show some side and they have people and they do now man. Even I was alone here, 1 million they don't deploy, they say get checkpoints and strategy. Even I don't go so say yes or no, but I know say you say for one the camera can they go there. So all that thing they will decision and they in place. Why you know go sell idea to them back? Why you know go talk to the one they wanna the waska? You see picking and wanna girl picking and one the very day when they drive and the was motorcar, but I don't know why the camera even pick them up. You see why the camera pick them up? They was the bicycle when they talk about something about criminal investigation, what they do now. So, but all those kind of things, you see them, they left the society and they bring them up. Because there's small things and then they bring antisocial behavior. Now there's small things they have people and neighbors they even then they get talk. The neighbors they talk to you get for calm down to grass level. You they try for maintain them instead of they can't fix them. And when they fix them, you know solve the problem. Now fix them instead of maintaining the problem. Now my suggestion that one the end of God continue for help you good work where you do and let people understand certain things that we want our country for let go before so that they will able to forget something with people and go get their responsibility. The politicians they get responsibility, teachers then get, students then they know their duty we then get for perform for their own future. Thank you very much. Let God help leaders and all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, us friend.
You're most welcome, yes, sir.
All right, sir. That's na be us friend in your submission for today. We want to say thanks to Tony Ture Jones and also us friend for their contribution today. What do you want to add? You don't hear from the chairman himself. The reasons them way igi for the colors them two not for they together na school. Waiting at you on take. The phone line now open. Yes, call ID live on air. Your name and also the call from, please.
Yes, good evening, AAA. Thank you so much again. This is Nabendo. I call from Kansas City.
Bendo, you get 3 minutes.
Me take on this here is, and I feel say the picking them for suffer because we politicians they want for take politics everywhere and anywhere. I mean, I will remember one time that this same program where even from Bay College, then they talk say the cake or the anniversary or something have been green. Why that for happen? Just the fact say people then don't go into their institutions and deal with politics. If the ruling party na APC, then president or whoever will be APC. If the ruling party na SLPP, then president or whoever will be or chairman will be SLPP. You know, for be that way. And me know they see the benefits where then they even penetrate the institutions them. I know they see the benefits. Like this past weekend, they get convocation for the universities. Them. All the graduates and we will get for come out from that university. They waiting at the guarantee for say they even get job. They get salary, they get for gain employment. I mean, so me believe waiting Barack Obama be don't ever say enough for be strong men. Then we will come and do what they want for do. The institutions they get for be strong and they get for work. for the people. So me go they totally against the fact say them go for full color then at the picking the institution them because politicians they want for penetrate. No, let them deal with the politicians them. Let them make rules and regulations. Then we go keep the politicians there who say they need for day, and let the picking them be. Let the students they be students there and enjoy school functions them without any harassment. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bendo. Well, Bendo now we only caller. So I believe say the comment section and the calls them. We just hope say into na road, then at the road, then therefore get a meeting now, as the chairman don't tell we. We hope say when they meet, then go able for talk and get maybe other plans rather than banning, eliminating one color in our school and being either the red or the green. And definitely, say I need talk to the camera, we'll follow up with most of the thing that we talk now. Yeah? We go send the camera, make the camera busy small, another area there. Now we just capture the thing that we talk. But for now, I will go left the program. I just hope say Mrs. F no one let them ban both colors. The beginning enough for suffer for the big one and foolishness. And we hope for the best. But we're going to follow this. We're going to follow this at least. We're able to engage the chairman. The chairman back there we on side. So let me see how everything unfold at the end of the day. Till we meet again tomorrow. And so Triple Lego say tata.